Hey guys, welcome to Biker Talk. I hope you enjoyed this story with Cliff and his collection of bikes. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
My name's Cliff and I've been riding for 50 years. I was born in the UK and my parents came out when I was 12, so 1972. My father was into motorcycles quite heavily. He raced speedway and stuff in the UK. And when we came here, we found that there was a scene for mini bikes. So my father bought my brother and I this Dexon Rockhopper mini bike. So we had one of them for a little while. It was kind of dangerous to ride, to be honest. But we sort of got the fundamentals, and then my father bought us an XR705 Honda. My father got us racing straight away. As soon as we had the XR75, he wanted us to race, so we did, and we just sort of got involved in that scene. In Canberra, there was only a couple of places to ride officially, and that was sort of in the Stromlo Forest kind of thing, and my dad was really instrumental in lobbying local members and securing parcels of land to have a mini bike track. And he sort of did that twice, one in Narrabundah and one in Page in the ACT. And at the same time, my brother and I were racing. I started racing a YZ125A, and then I bought a CR125M and raced that for a while. So yeah, heavily into that. Once I got a job, pretty much mum and dad's sponsorship stopped, so my racing stopped. And I started an apprenticeship for 6 to 12 months. I was on the buses kind of thing, and once I got my licence, I needed transport, so I bought an RD 350. And then I bought my mum's Tirana off her LC GDR, but I sort of missed the riding thing, so I ended up buying a GS 1000S, which are a sort of sought after bike these days. So I rode around that for a bit. Then I bought a GSX 1100 and decided to go road racing. So just did a couple of club events and just started road racing in the early 80s, which was kind of cool. I wasn't very good at it, otherwise I'd still be involved in that scene, but it was an awesome period to be doing that. I mean, that was when motorcycle racing in Australia was massive. Probably 20 odd years ago, I just started doing a couple of minor track days on my road bike. I didn't have a focused track bike. And kind of enjoyed that, and in the meantime sort of got involved with a group of people in the ACT that we went on regular rides, and that was kind of fun, and they started doing track days too, and then we just formed this group, and now we do them every year. I love being able to give it everything I've got. Yeah, I mean, the bike I ride is way more capable than I am, and certainly I'm a lot slower now than I ever used to be when I was younger, but it's just that thrill. It really is a thrill of being on track, that speed, the cornering, the chasing somebody, getting passed by thousands. Yeah, it's that stuff. It's awesome. After selling my old GSXR 1000 K2, I wanted something that when I roll the roller door up and I look at it, I go, yeah, that's awesome. I didn't want something generic. When I bought it, it had 3,500 kilometres on it. He hadn't ridden it at all. The chicken strips were that wide and the tyres were cracked. So, he just hadn't ridden it. So essentially it was good value, low Ks. Unfortunately, it was all red, a little bit too much red. So as you can see now, it's been painted, well, I painted it with the tricolour livery. Yeah. What I love about the Streetfighter is its riding position. It is really nimble, it handles really, really well. It's only the baby one, it's the 848, but I think for me it's enough on the road. It's still certainly enough to get you into trouble. But yeah, I don't believe you need to have the fastest weapon on the street. There's too many people on the road, cars, etc. And I've been really happy with it. I mean, I knew it'd be good, but I didn't realise how much fun it would be. It kind of brings out the hooligan in you a bit. The only thing I don't like about it is the traction control, and it won't wheelie. So one of the guys in our group unfortunately passed away on a ride, and he had quite a collection of Ducatis, older Ducatis. We sort of decided to, you know, purchase some of these bikes to keep them with us, you know. So it's something I'd never ever sell, sort of has that value. It was pretty rough and ready, I will say, but I've got some plans for it. I want to restore it to an original thing, but I also want to kind of hot rod it a bit too. So I'm doing a set of bodywork that will be cafe racer hot rod style. So we can just interchange the two looks, but keep the bike essentially the same. So it's a Ducati Panther 500 SL, 1982 model. As I said, it was a little bit rough and ready. I don't think Duncan purchased it as it was. He hadn't sort of done anything to it. Interestingly, most of this model came out with black frames, but once I pulled it apart, I realised it was red originally, and somehow it's been painted black. So that's kind of unusual, but it could be just an anomaly in the factory. Italians are renowned for not keeping records or doing weird kind of things in manufacturing. So I think it's just a bit of that. But yeah, it should be a fun bike to ride, yeah. My favourite place to ride by far is Phillip Island, because it's wide, it's open, it's fast, very flowing. It's, you know, it's technical, but you come away from a ride on Phillip Island and feel like you've really given it some, thrashed it, you know. Which is hard to do on 1000 because they are fast. Certainly on the 750 I had, you stepped off that and it felt great. I'd love to ride around the Isle of Man. Went there in 2007 and went around it in a car, but it'd be nice to ride around. I don't mean like ride around like they do, those guys are nuts. But I'm happy to go for a ride anywhere, to be honest. If I'm with some friends and we're enjoying just a day's ride, or we do a few overnighters. But yeah, I'm happy to go anywhere, you know, at any time and enjoy a ride and enjoy company. You know, have a few beers and laughs. Take it easy, learn at your own pace. Don't get the red mist happening. Don't ride beyond your ability. It's an interesting thing. Doing track days for as long as I have, when you tell someone that doesn't ride bikes, they kind of freak out about that. They think that's really dangerous and would place riding on the road probably less so. But I see that in the reverse, you know. Generally, most people are going in the same direction on the track. It's very rare that you see someone going the other way. But certainly on the road, there's a lot more things to be aware of, yeah. But certainly just not get caught up in trying to chase somebody, and if you're lucky, you might get a second bite at that. Experience is what it's about, really. Yeah, I love riding. It makes me feel good, you know, you're sort of out and about doing something. I mean, a lot of people talk about the solitude and being insular and being just focusing on what you do. And that certainly is the case for me. It's also, what I like about riding is, unlike a car where you're just in that environment and you're generally sort of taking notice of what's around you, your senses are heightened on a motorcycle. And I love the fact that everything you do has an effect on how that bike behaves, positively or negatively. But I just love that, you know, you become a part of that machine. It's awesome.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in any merch, make sure you head over to our online store. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can ride a motorcycle. And that's kind of the same thing.